We're heading into the flats to the rock bottom, or where the rock bottom used to be, which coincidentally is the same venue where you are tonight. But the rock bottom used to be over here by Windows on the River, and that's where a lot of us early on met for happy hours, and really where the idea was shared. So this also is kind of an important location or place for the Cleveland Professional 2030 Club, which now is memorialized by the Greater Cleveland Aquarium. That entrance right there just reminds me of a lot. It's interesting. And at a couple beers at the rock bottom, I floated the idea to Tony Constantine, who's an accountant. He immediately said he thought it was a good idea, and if he didn't say that, it wouldn't exist today. We had our first happy hour at the Blind Pig, around spring of 2001. We called a lot of bars and restaurants around town trying to, maybe give us some deals or just allow us to be there to hold a small event. We had like 6 people there. I think we had 5 board members and 1 guest. And I can remember thinking at that time, I'm wondering, why am I dragging these people along?
The first year we had 80 members, and then we grew to 800 members.
My first 2030 experience was an event that they held at the Hermit Club called Differentiate Yourself, and I was invited by one of my coworkers at work, and she and I went to this particular forum that was on professional development, and we met some really great people at that event. And at the time, the club probably had less than 200 members, and so we decided to join, and little did we know what a big thing it would become, both size-wise as a club, but also in both of our lives.
I think what drove us was that we got this good group of folks together that really wanted to do something for the community, for young professionals, which generally at the time didn't have much of a voice in the city.
Our happy hours just became more and more popular. They'd get bigger and bigger every month. And so as new members came in, I would get a report, and I was getting 70 to 80 new members a month. And part of our commitment to the membership was that everybody got a t-shirt and a letter welcoming them to the club. And so I spent weekend after weekend just stuffing letter-sized envelopes with t-shirts and letters, and carting them all out to the post office. And after about 18 months of that or so, we said, we gotta take a look at our postage expenses.
So that one year was just explosive, and I can recall us, we met different places at different times, and we were trying to get all this figured out, and we would always talk about, well, what's the next best thing to do? And it was a lot of learning on the job, and saying, hey, we thought we could make something really cool, but we had no idea we could do this quickly. And so within that, then we started to branch off into different things because we now had this critical mass.
At the time, it was kind of cool when mayors were speaking at events, or you had panels with them on it. And backing up, those folks did, and their administrations did not have to pay attention. But I think our voice was loud enough that even at the governmental level, they saw this segment of the population, their constituency, this young professional group, as somebody to be in front of, someone to listen to. And I always thought that that was so impressive.
Now, from early on, I've had the pleasure of knowing some of your founders and leaders and early board members. Advising is too strong a word, more listening and mentoring and encouraging and coaching along the way and how to reach out and build this organization. I've been privileged to speak to your organization in the past, and I've always come away from these meetings lifted up myself, confident in the future of our community because of the outstanding, terrific, engaged, intelligent, passionate young men and women who make up this terrific club.
2030 is largely responsible for the work that I am doing now and the success I've had in Cleveland.
The Cleveland Professional 2030 Club has meant a place to find others within my age group who are also professionals.
It provides an opportunity for somebody to come in relatively green and learn how to segue into a professional career, and in doing that in a non-threatening environment.
And when I'm meeting people at around towns and elsewhere, I tell them I actually got my job through 2030.
So it goes from personal opportunities to professional opportunities, just in ways that you won't even know. But if you put yourself out there and you take advantage of what's given to you, a lot of great can come from that.
I joined this club obviously to meet people and get out there, after college and start meeting some new people. And so the club really helped me out with that. I was able to build a lot of, I would say, business contacts and networking contacts. And also, most importantly, I met my lovely wife in the club as well.
The more I thought about it, I was like, wow. And some of this because I have a lot of friends that I gained through this club, but the impact that this club has had on them and I, you don't think about day to day, but when you do something like this and you record your thoughts and you get your thoughts together, like, wow, there was a profound impact that this club had on my network, my friendships, my business.
The club has always been great for not trying to be anything more than organic.
It's good to see how the club has evolved over the years. It's also nice to see that as a volunteer organization, the board changes every year, every 2 years, sometimes complete turnover, sometimes just a few spots. And it's nice to see that over time there's been consistency on the quality of events that have been delivered and the relationships that have been built.
It's the people who are stepping up as young professionals to lead an organization like this and help make this a thriving community.
Now that there are other organizations out there, I love that the club has started to look at what are other people doing well. Let's partner with them, let them do those things, let's look at what's missing.
I think the club being 10 years old, actually 11 years old now, is an incredible accomplishment. It speaks to the quality of the folks that have been involved over the years, every single member.